Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's episode is going to be titled, Everyone's Got a Sob Story. It feels like everywhere you turn now, someone's got a sob story. Something tragic, something heavy. And look, pain is real. Life deals people some brutal hands. I'm not here to dismiss that. But at some point, you have to recognize that you're not the only one hurting. Everyone's got their own set of problems. Everyone's been through something. That doesn't make you unique, it makes you human. The truth is harsh. Most people don't care about your sob story, not because they're heartless, but because they've got their own drama, their own burdens. They're already carrying weight, and they don't have the emotional bandwidth to carry yours too. It's not personal, it's reality. We've built this culture where people think broadcasting their pain gives them leverage, like their suffering earns them something. Empathy, maybe. Or a free pass. But most of the time, all it really does is make others tune out. Because if everybody's crying, no one's really listening. I'm not saying never share what you're going through, but there's a difference between being honest and being performative. There's a difference between needing help and using your pain to manipulate a situation. And that line's getting blurred more and more. Here's what triggered this whole thought. I joined a community page online, just a local thing for people in my area. You'd think it'd be about events, traffic updates, maybe some recommendations. But what I found was post after post of people looking for apartments, jobs, furniture, normal stuff. But each one wrapped in a sob story. People would say, I'm a single mom with 3 kids and I just really need help. That sounds noble, right? But after seeing it 50 times, it doesn't hit the same. At some point, the message gets drowned out by the sheer volume of similar pleas. It's not that their situation isn't tough. It's that they could have just said, I'm looking for an apartment. Any leads? That would have been just as effective. Probably more. See, when you attach your tragedy to every request, it starts to lose impact. It feels like you're trying to guilt people into helping you. And let's be real, that rarely works. If anything, it pushes people away. Because they're tired. They're overwhelmed. They don't want another reminder of how hard life is. This need to be seen as special because of your problems. That's the core issue. People think their suffering entitles them to something, that it elevates them, that it makes their needs more urgent than someone else's. But pain isn't a competition. And no, your bad luck doesn't make you the exception. There's this unspoken belief that if you tell your story loud enough, long enough, someone will swoop in and fix things. But life doesn't work that way. Most people are barely managing their own mess. They're not going to prioritize yours just because you said it with extra tears. And then there's the other part of it. How this endless sharing of pain affects the group. In group chats, in forums, on social media, it's like a virus. One person dumps their misery, and suddenly it spirals. The tone shifts. The energy drops. Now everyone's wallowing. That kind of vibe, it kills momentum. It kills connection. And I get it. You don't want to come off as insensitive. Neither do I. But there's a difference between being honest and being cold. What I'm saying isn't cruel. It's necessary. Because if no one says it, people will keep thinking their pain is their power. When really, resilience is. Talking about your problems is healthy. Living in them is not. And dragging everyone else into them like it's their responsibility to fix you. That's selfish. It's draining. People can support you, but they're not here to carry you. If all you do is complain, if your entire personality becomes your trauma, people are going to back away. Not because they don't care, but because they can't keep feeding energy into a black hole. Relationships need balance. If you're always taking and never giving, eventually there's nothing left to give. So yeah, everyone has problems. Everyone has pain. What separates people isn't who hurts the most. It's who handles it without turning it into a spectacle. Strength isn't loud. It's quiet. It shows up in how you keep going, not in how loudly you announce your suffering. You're not special because you're struggling. You're special because you keep showing up anyway. Keep asking for help when you need it, sure, but don't weaponize your pain. Don't make it your personality, because at the end of the day, the world doesn't owe you anything just because life's been hard. It owes you nothing. You want connection? You want help? Drop the sob story. Get to the point. Be human, not a victim. That's when people start listening. That's when things actually start to change. Anyways, thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Signing out. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye for now.